lesson, we are going to do more formatting in a Word document, and we are going to look at inserting headers and footers. We are going to look at indenting a paragraph, margins, page layout, orientation, page color, tabs, and columns. I know it sounds like a lot, but we're going to take it step by step. Okay, we are moving on to the page layout tab. And in page layout, it lets us choose a whole lot of options. We are going to be working in the page background group. And the first thing we're going to do is we are going to change the page color. So it's quite simple. All you do is click on the drop down arrow next to page color, and it comes up with a color palette. If you rest your mouse on each one of these, it actually changes the color of your page so you can see what it's going to look like. I'm going to choose this color green by clicking on it, and you can see that it's changed the background color of my page. Right, in Openoffice, it's very similar. We are going to go to Format, we are going to click on Page, and in the Page Styles dialog box, I am going to click on the Background tab, and you can choose a color. Click on OK, and it changes the background of the page to the color that you've chosen. Okay, now what we're going to do is we are going to look at indenting a paragraph. Now, indenting a paragraph is just another way of enhancing the document. So I am going to highlight the paragraph that I'm going to work with. I am going to click on the drop down arrow next to paragraph, so the paragraph dialog box is activated, and this time we are working in the indentation section, and we are going to indent on the left by 1 centimeter, and I am going to choose a hanging indent. Then I'm going to say OK, and the whole paragraph, the first line was indented by 1 centimeter, and then it made a hanging indent, and I'll show you what it looks like on the ruler. To activate your ruler, if you look at the right hand side of your document, you've got a little button. If you rest your mouse on it, it says View Ruler. If you click on that, it brings up your ruler, and you can see that that is a normal indent, and this over here, if you rest your mouse on it, is the hanging indent. You can move the one towards the other so that they are the same. So now we've got the hanging indent and the normal indent in the same place. Okay, in Openoffice, again, you're going to highlight the paragraph you want to indent. We're going to go to Format Paragraph, and this time I am only going to choose a first line indent. It's going to choose the automatic default. I'm going to say OK, and you can have a look and see that the first line only has been indented. Okay, that's indenting paragraphs. There are other options you can choose from in Microsoft Word when it comes to indenting paragraphs. You can indent the left and the right. That means it'll be indented to the left and right of both margins. You needn't choose a first line or a hanging indent. And if I choose that, you can see that the left hand side is 2 centimeters away from the left margin, and the right hand side is also 2 centimeters away from the right hand margin. Okay, so now we are going to look at inserting headers and footers. Now, a header and a footer, well, at least a header, has got absolutely nothing to do with a heading. It is something totally different. A header is something that will appear on every single page of your document at the top of your page. Even though you only need to put it on one page, it will appear on every page. So the same goes for a footer. It appears on every single page at the bottom of your page. So in Office, to insert a header, we are going to go to the Insert tab this time, and then in the Header Footer group, I'm going to click on the drop down arrow next to Header, and it comes up with a whole lot of built-in headers that you can choose from. I am just going to choose the first simple one, and a header is generally giving the person some information about the document. So I am going to type in reading skills and term 1. It gets typed in, and then it automatically brings up the header. You can see this dotted line is separating the main document from the header. To get rid of that, you just double click anywhere in your document, and in the left hand side you can see the header that I've put in. The same, it's similar in Openoffice. We are going to go to Insert, and I'm going to choose Header and a default header, and it automatically comes up at the top of the document, and I can type in reading skills and it'll insert the header for me. I'm going to go back to Word now. So once you've put in a header, you might want to insert page numbers in your document. It's always a good idea to know how many pages are in your document. So it works exactly the same way. We are going to go to Insert. We are going to choose page numbers. It gives you an option of where you want to put your page number, whether you want it at the top, bottom of the page, current position. I am going to choose bottom of page, and on the left hand side again it comes up with a whole lot of samples that you can choose to base your page numbers on. I'm just going to choose plain number 3, and if you look at the bottom of the page, we have that dotted line now separating the main document from the footer. And then to get rid of it, I just double click in the main document, and if I scroll down, you will be able to see the page number here on the right hand side. Now Openoffice is a little bit different. It gets a little bit complicated. So I am going to go to Insert, and this time I want to choose Footer. I'm going to go with Default. Can you see that the cursor's jumped to the bottom of the page? But now if I want to put page numbers in automatically, I need to go back to Insert, and I need to go to Fields, and in Fields it comes up with a menu where I can choose page number. So I'm going to click on page number, and you can see at the bottom of the page it's inserted the page number. Okay, that's inserting headers and footers, quite simple. I'm now going to show you how to do a watermark. Okay, now a watermark is something that will appear in the background of your document. A lot of people do watermarks if they are doing a draft document, and you will see the word draft written across the page, or confidential. So it's quite simple to do. We are going to go to Page Layout, and in the Page Background group, I am going to go to Watermark, and let's choose Confidential. And if I scroll down for you, you will see that it's put the word confidential diagonally across your page. There are other options that you can do. If you go to watermarks again, I'm going to remove the watermark. You can in fact custom your watermark and type in whatever you like. So I'm going to choose a text watermark, and I'm going to type in the word reading, and I'm going to say apply. You also have an option of choosing diagonal or horizontal. Let's choose horizontal for a change. You're going to say apply, and then you will see the word reading has been put in as a watermark. And that's the end of today's lesson. Goodbye.